Hey, this is Aaron, the Metal Theologian. So I got a pack in the mail that I'm going to open because it's kind of special, actually. This feels that way to me. But first, I'm going to share a little something with you because there's a little bit of a point I want to make, okay? This is a record I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, Sacrifice, Torment, and Fire. It's a Canadian thrash thing, not as highly regarded as Razor or Exciter, and probably rightly not as highly regarded as those guys because I don't think it's as good as them, although this is a very cool record. I got this not too long ago, replacing a copy I used to have and stupidly got rid of, but you know, it's this isn't like a new arrivals video, it's just something I got. But here's the point, okay? I got this thing, it was advertised as a VG Plus record, okay? Now listen to this. Hear that shit? So, I mean, as soon as I took it out of the sleeve, I was like, this is not a fucking VG Plus record. This thing is a lot rougher than that. But the reason I'm bringing this up isn't to bitch about it on camera. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. Because I see people making videos all the time, and by the way, if you've done this, I'm not impugning you. This isn't to criticize anybody or call anybody out. But I see people making videos where they get a certain record that they've been hot for, and then they're upset because it's not in the condition they were hoping it would be in. And having gotten probably thousands of records in the mail at this point, I've really kind of come to believe that, like, as corny as it sounds, you win some, you lose some. Generally speaking, when I get records in the mail, they're in the condition that they were advertised because the guy knew what he was doing. And you know something? I don't really think twice about it. It doesn't occur to me to come on here and say, hey, check it out. I got this Sacrifice record and it was in exactly the condition it was advertised, you know? Sometimes, kind of a lot of the time, more often than when in this sort of a case actually, it'll be in better condition than it was advertised as. And same deal. I don't come on and complain about that. I mean, I don't come on and say, hey, guess what? I got a record that's even better shape than advertised. So once in a while I get one and it was overgraded. It's kind of a bummer. It's a little bit of a disappointment. But the fact is, this record is still an enjoyable listen. It's a metal record, so by the time it kicks in, it's pretty much covering up the crunching. If it were a Bill Evans trio record, you know, it might be a little bit more tragic. And it's kind of a bummer, but you know, it's part of the game. And that's really the point I want to make, is I feel like sometimes you get shit, sometimes you get a record that looks trash and it plays great, sometimes you get a record that looks perfect and it sounds like shit, you know what I mean? And with Sending Away with records, sometimes people overgrade things, just like sometimes you undergrade things. That's just part of the game, you know what I mean? That's part of collecting records, and I just think it comes with the territory. I think you better just make your peace with that and just like not allow yourself to get upset about that because, you know, it's just part of life, you know what I mean? And I think it takes some of the joy out of it to get too wound around the axle about that kind of shit. So anyway, that's my little like sermon for the day. At which time I will now, in the spirit of fall, although it's after Thanksgiving, so I'm late as usual, bust out this pumpkin spice tonic, which has this delicious taste and distinctive flavor. This unique and pleasant elixir, it's always good with an elixir, combines flavor notes from pumpkin, spice, and cream to create a satisfyingly delicious beverage. Known to be restorative for all types of thirst, this tonic is best enjoyed well chilled. Now, you know when they call it a tonic or an elixir, you know what that means, right? That means it gives you an erection. So we're going to bust this open. We're going to see if it lives up to the advertising. Or I'll see and not discuss it. But I will let you know if it tastes good. Oh, this is really good. It's funny, I had a pumpkin pie soda a couple videos ago. It didn't taste like pumpkin pie at all. It was good, but it didn't taste like pumpkin pie. This tastes like pumpkin pie. Not exactly, but the pumpkin notes are like pumpkin-y in that like super sweet kind of like pumpkin pulp that you put in the pumpkin pie way. But it's weird, there's like a real sort of fruitiness to it too. It's like it almost captures like the gourdness of a pumpkin too. It's really something. And I'm probably making it sound a lot more pumpkin-y than it is. It's actually kind of smooth, you know? The flavor definitely comes right out at you, you know what I mean? But it's not like, it doesn't like stay there and just like overwhelm. It just sort of makes its statement and then it goes. And it has a nice finish, you know what I mean? It's like a little kind of pumpkin-y, like really fresh tasting finish. So this is an excellent soda. Where's this from? Fucking Orca Beverage Company, man. I don't know what they're doing up there. They must have like a full-time soda concoctor or something like that. Alright, so this package from Carolina Farm Credit has over it in pen that is from Mr. Kris from Dixieland Farms. And I was such a schmo, I started like opening this up before I even caught it. So I have an idea as to what might be in this package, but there might be a surprise in here too. So we're going to see. We're going to bust it out. And I thought it was kind of special because I mean, Kris has been making videos a lot longer than me. I love the variety of topics. He's way more into like the audio shit than I am, the audiophile stuff, and like tweaking where you put the speakers and the speaker placement. It's funny because on the one hand he'll do that, on the other hand he finds all sorts of great shit in the dollar bins that like I would pass on in a heartbeat, you know what I mean? He finds an Esquivel record and like loves it, and I'm like, man, you know? But his videos are always fun to watch. He's creative, not just as far as like how he presents himself, but like just the shit he comes up with. It's like video topics and shit like that. When Robert Z was making videos, one time he called Kris the MacGyver of the VC, which is actually dead on. That's exactly what he is. So we're gonna see what's in here, and I'm very proud to have this from him. And oh my god! All right. I thought this might be in here. It says, Merry Christmas, hope you like the DVDs. Oh wow, okay, When Albums Ruled the World, All Things Must Pass, the Tower Records story, I have not seen either of those. The Tottage tapes, I have no idea what that is. Here, maybe someone else can make that out. And then 1959, The Year That Changed Jazz, I think I have seen that one. That's highlights Kind of Blue and The Shape of Jazz to Come and Mingus Atlum, which a guy used to know insisted was actually called Mingus and Dave Brubeck's record, Time Out. Okay, let's get to the records though. Okay, I'm going to take these in reverse order. This is the one that I was sort of semi-expecting. He showed this in a recent video not too long ago. Someone had sent it to him and it was a double. So, yeah, this is one of the Zeppelin records I didn't have, and I am stoked to have my hands on this, I must say. I am not the biggest Zeppelin fan in the world. It's not a band I talk about a lot because I figure there are enough other people talking about Led Zeppelin, and if you care about Led Zeppelin, you probably already know about them. But you know something? It's funny too because there have been lots of periods in the past where I've just gotten a big kick out of hating on Led Zeppelin. You know, I would like talk about hating Led Zeppelin as a way of baiting people. I never really did. I mean, I do kind of hate Van Halen, and I do that in my videos sometimes. But Zeppelin, not so much. But it's funny because I've gotten older and come to appreciate blues rock more. I've come around to the early Zeppelin a lot more. This is one that when I did have it in the past, I never really gave its due to. So I'm actually really stoked to check this out, sort of listen to it with fresh ears, and just see how it is. And god damn it, the record's not in the kind of condition I was hoping it would be. I'm kidding, I don't give a shit. I was going to say something else about this, but I can't remember what it was. Just I'm stoked to check it out. Oh yeah, I know what I was thinking. It's funny, I'm getting this in the mail. If you knew how little I spent, I have almost every Led Zeppelin record. I paid for one of them. So, I feel bad when people are like hunting for these things. I got them like from a friend who had doubles of shit that he found in dollar sections in the 90s. And, yeah, and then someone else gave me a copy of Presents, and then I actually went out and bought a copy of Zeppelin 4. Alright, so this is the other one. This is kind of a big surprise here. So, this band, you would think I would know, because they're reasonably well known. but I don't. Okay, this is Focus, and there's a comp, which I don't think I've ever seen before, although I do think that's pretty funny. Dutch Masters, because they're Dutch, you get it? Like the cigars or the cigarillos. The blunts, let's be honest. So it's a selection of their finest recordings. Of course, it has Hocus Pocus on it. But it's funny, it has Hocus Pocus and then Hocus Pocus fast version. Maybe everybody watching this already knows that, but this is a band I have not spent a lot of time with, and in a way it's just as well, because they are prog in a sort of way that before, really this past year, I don't think I would have appreciated them a lot. This is going to be a chance to listen to them fresh again, and so I'm going to go ahead and needle drop that. This isn't quite the same. Usually when I like needle drop something like this, came through as a VCLT, I feel like it's, something nobody else has heard either, so we should check it out together. There's really no point in trying to do that with the Zeppelin. And that record does need to be cleaned, so I'll have to give that a good wipe down before I put it on. But this Focus one, maybe not everyone knows Focus, so I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put on side 2, though, because side 1 starts with Hocus Pocus, and if there's one song you know by this band, it's Hocus Pocus. So we're going to hear Focus 2, is what we're going to start this with. Alright, here we go. Bam. Yeah, Jan Ackerman was in this band. He turned up on a lot of jazz records too. I think that might be what they're best known for than their hit. Although this song was actually credited to Ties van Leer, who is the organist and flautist, apparently. Alright, you know something? This is a record I have to sit down and absorb. I can tell right now. Alright, you want to know the truth about this? I'm not sure if I like this or not, because it has kind of a Kansas-y edge to it. But again, maybe it's me getting older, but just also within the last, 6 months, actually about a year ago, I came to the realization that I actually really kind of like Kansas. In fact, I even really like that corny fucking hit of theirs, Dust in the Wind. So, if this is Kansas-y, there are 2 steps I'm going to have to go through. I'm going to have to, listen to it and, come to enjoy it. And I'm going to have to accept the fact that I enjoy it. So I'm going to spend more time with this record than I'm going to be able to do in this video, but I'm looking forward to doing it because, this just looks like such a gem, so awesome. Alright, man, I appreciate it. Kris, thank you very much. It's really thoughtful, especially the DVDs, frankly, because this shit's right up my alley. And 3 of them I've never seen, and the 4th one I'll be happy to see again. And I just appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, and keep up the good work on your shit, because it's awesome. I'll do my best to put a link on. Take care.